Welcome to 8th grade science. We are so glad you guys made it through the first day. Woohoo! We made it! Alright, this is a flipped classroom, and you might be asking yourself, what is a flipped classroom? My teacher talked about it in class, and I really don't know what that means. So this is what it means to have a flipped classroom. Basically, your traditional classroom has your instructor preparing materials. It's delivered in class. Students listen to the lectures. They take notes in front of the teacher in class, usually taking a nap, falling asleep instead of taking their notes, or passing notes to their neighbor instead of taking content notes, you know, that kind of thing. And then the teacher assigns homework, and the student goes home and does the homework, and they're frustrated because they don't remember how to do the practice problems, and then they ask you, moms and dads, who then get frustrated because nothing looks like it did when you were in school, and so the kid's frustrated and the parents are frustrated, and that's no good. So in a flipped classroom, the instructor is going to record the lectures, and the students will then be assigned homework to watch video lectures of the content before coming to class. Then class time is devoted to answering questions about the material and working on the assignments and the practice problems in class with the teacher present right next to the student, so that when they have a question, the teacher is there to ask. So they're not frustrated, you're not frustrated, and there's going to be a lot more time for higher order thinking tasks and going deeper into the material and all of the wonderful things that we never have time to do in a traditional classroom. And so the flipped classroom is a wonderful idea, and we can't wait to share this journey with you guys this year.
This year we have a lot of interesting topics to cover. In order to cover those successfully, you need to make sure that your student or child comes to school prepared. On Thursday, we will be setting up our school supplies, so make sure they come with everything they need. They need a 100-page composition book, a braided folder with pockets, a grading pen, 50 sheets of lined paper, and some Scotch tape. We'll be using that to attach things into our composition book. Our composition book will be called a SNAP, so if you see us type in the word SNAP, it stands for Science, Notes, and Pictures. So please remind your child to bring their SNAP, also known as their composition book, and their folder to class daily. These are the materials they need to be prepared.
Throughout the year, we'll be taking different types of grades. As you scroll down, you will see the different types of grades that you will be given throughout the year. You'll be given a feedback grade, which doesn't necessarily mean it's counted, but it is more for our own feedback for the teachers to help reteach. There are also daily grades, 25% of your final grade, assessment grades, and major grades. Our redo and makeup and late work policy is all district mandated. If you want to pause here and take a look at it and read it in further detail, please do so. Tutorials will be held on Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 2:40 to 3:10. All students that attend tutorials must have a pass from the teacher, and if they're late bus riders, they'll be escorted to study hall.
The 4 8th grade science teachers this year are Jonathan Gomez, Shannon Hyjick, Brandy Loving, and Whitney Timmons. Part of tonight's homework is to send your teacher an email. And within that email, please provide all email addresses that you would like to receive newsletter and communication emails from the teacher. You also are being asked to visit the teacher webpage, so you are familiar with that. And lastly, to join the group Sellies, you will need to go to your text application and to the number 23559, and it doesn't matter if you have Mr. Gomez, Hyjick, Loving, or Timmons, it's the same number, 23559. Within the body of the text, you will text your teacher's handle. So if you have Mr. Gomez, you're going to text at Mr. G_science. If you have Mrs. Hyjick, at Hyjick Science. If you have Mrs. Loving, at Mrs. Loving Science. And if you have Mrs. Timmons, at Tim's Sci to 23559, you will then receive text message reminders about homework, reminders about tests, and alerts related to class. The last thing I want you guys to know is that when you do visit our web pages, you're going to see 3 different course tabs. There is Science 101, which is where you're going to access your class calendar. You will find links to your videos and other possible resources for your science class. In the 911 tab is where the students in the science advisory or any student that feels like they need emergency help can go to find a few assignments that will just sort of help them do a little bit better in class. And then the Science 811 tab will be a tab where students who want to dig a little deeper into the material can access some materials. Well, guys, that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for taking care of all of your business. Make sure you visit our webpage, email your teachers, join that CELI, visit our websites, know what the different tabs are and what types of things you can access. Until tomorrow, good night, Bengals.